Morning, great morning. Coming in from, and what does the weather look like? That's what I want to know. What does the weather look like? A lot of you guys are quarantined, and we know that. We get it. We understand. Certainly, we are feeling it just like everybody else. But I'm excited. I'm excited. Welcome to Breakfast with the Brookses. My name is Glenn P. Brooks Jr. My lovely wife Cherie just sat. That's okay, babe. I'm just going to tilt this.
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
Yep. So we're excited, guys. We're here. We get ready to go live on Instagram. Certainly want you guys on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, if you have an Instagram account, do me a favor. Hop over there. Follow us at Breakfast with the Brookses on our Instagram account. So I got to get my comments.
On Instagram, or you want them to come to YouTube?
I want them on YouTube. For those of you guys who are on to YouTube, let me say this a little bit more clearer. If you're on YouTube and you have an Instagram account, I would like you to join us there as well, in addition to being here, if you can figure that out. That way you guys can keep our YouTube community engaged. So good to see you, Teresa. Good to see you, Nikkei. Good to see you, Sidna, Nikkei. Good to see you guys. We're going to jump on Instagram really quickly. And then we're going to come live to you guys on Facebook. What's going on, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Good morning, guys.
What's up, everybody? I hope y'all are doing well, trying to get our our Instagram. I keep saying YouTube, but our Instagram folks worked out. So let's get ready to go here really quickly, and we're going to get started. It's cloudy and raining.
And it's cloudy. It's overcast here.
Yeah, so much so that we're trying to figure out. There we go. Hey, what's up, guys?
Good morning, guys.
You got to slide in just a little bit.
I'm trying to practice social distancing.
That's what it is? Oh, my gosh. Cherie is trying to practice social distancing, guys. You can't be out of the shot, babe. Okay, fine. Practice social distancing.
Can you scoot over that way a little bit?
Okay.
Put my mask on.
You gonna put your mask on? Mm-hmm. Instagram, are y'all good? Listen, YouTube, are y'all good? Cherie, I do need you to get in the shot as best you can, baby, here on YouTube. On YouTube, right here. There you go. So, guys,
we're not fussing.
We're not fussing.
We're going to talk to them about not doing this.
Well, we've been in the house for about 25 days.
Well, ain't nobody been in the house 25 days.
And I'm telling you right now, you getting on my nerves.
No, hand me my elderberry.
Y'all, we trying to figure it out. London weather. I know that's right, Nikkei. So do me a favor really quickly, guys. For those of you who are here with us live, do me a favor and share this out to as many folks as you possibly can. Hold on one second. I can't take this. Go ahead. You talk.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hope that you guys are doing well. Excuse me, I didn't take my supplement this morning, so I'm trying to take that so that we can not share anything with each other. Let us know where you're joining us from. Where in the country or where in the world are you joining us from, and how is the weather there, and how are you and your family doing with this COVID-19? So far, everyone in our immediate family is doing okay. We're practicing social distancing to the best of our ability. A couple of us aren't feeling well, but not feeling well, prayerfully.
Right.
But we're practicing keeping our distance just in case. I am still having to go into work. Supposed to be starting to telework, then they changed their mind. I don't know what's going on.
We're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, but for those of you that do have quote unquote essential jobs that are still having to go out to work, our prayers are with you. Particularly for our medical staff, medical personnel, emergency response people who really are truly essential personnel and have to be on the front line. Our prayers are with you guys. Praying for your protection, praying for you to get the supplies that you need to be able to protect yourselves adequately in order to not contract COVID as you're helping those who are ill. And for those of you in the government or in other positions that are still having to go to work, also praying for your protection as well. As we know, the more people you're around, the more likely, the higher your increased chance of contracting it. And so we're praying that everyone stays safe.
Yep.
For those that we do have a few people in our community that have not been feeling well, that have tested positive, and we're praying for them and their recovery as well. No one is critical, and so they're resting at home, and so that's a good thing. So let us know how you're doing, how your family doing, where you're joining us from.
Yep.
And we will keep moving. As Glenn was sharing earlier, we got something special going on tonight. We're going to be doing a live virtual game night. Last week we tried it within our community with a few members in our community to see how it worked, and we're opening it up to the public tonight.
Yeah, it was actually pretty fun.
We had a ball. It was a nice distraction from all that's going on. And it was a way to connect with folks, you know, because a lot of you guys are home alone. You know, for our singles, you're in the house by yourself.
Yep.
And even for married couples and people with families, you get tired of seeing the same person every day.
All the time.
So you want to kind of...
Yeah, get a little chippy, right, baby?
Just a little.
Yeah, I've been getting a little chippy lately, y'all. So y'all have to please pray for your brother. So listen, really quickly, 50 Fit Club on IG. Good to see you. Janelle Youngblood, good to see you. Do me a favor. If you're on Instagram, I want you to click the arrow at the bottom and share this out, guys. I'm going to try and bring the energy level up just a little bit, babe. Do me a favor. Pay attention to IG just a little bit and engage them as well. And let's make sure that we get this party started. So if you guys notice over our shoulder, we tried to have it there off in the distance. There are a whole table full of board games. Off the break, let me ask you guys a question. What is your favorite board game? Put it in the chat. Favorite board game. Put it in the chat. Tonight, Cherie talked about it for those of you guys who just jumped on. But we're going to be having a virtual game night. I just want to play with the idea, babe, of bringing people into a virtual room so that we can actually see, hear, talk, and engage each other. This is one way of engaging people,
Right.
but it is a one-way communication to some degree because you can see us, and we can't physically see you, right? You can certainly comment, we can hear from you, but we can't see you like you can see us. Well, tonight, it's going to be in a Zoom room. If you've never been in a Zoom room, this is going to be really fun because you'll be able to come on screen, come on video.
We'll be able to see you.
We'll be able to talk. We'll be able to play music, and on our end, you can play music on your end. And the way I want to paint this picture tonight, the way this is going to look, imagine, if you will, you walk into a local venue that's hosting a game night. It's a game night that's, featuring old school board games. And so when you walk in, imagine you see there are places all throughout the building that has various games.
Right, you got a spades.
You got spades over here in the corner. Somebody over there playing jacks. You feel what I'm saying? You got somebody maybe playing phase 10 in this corner over here. You got the loud people in the back. Promise you they're going to probably be playing Uno because somebody is cheating. You get what I'm saying? So what I want you guys to do is I want you to break out your favorite games.
With your people
the people
that you're with, that you're in their home with. For those of you that are single, want to tell you do also have the option. You can play online games with people. And you can be playing that also in the game room as you're coming into our room tonight. So you're going to have to be on 2 devices, though, to do that. So you may be playing a game on a device, but then you come into the Zoom room on another device, so you can still be a part of the game room, even though you're playing a game virtually. As a matter of fact, one of the things that we're going to be doing. What's up, Jeremiah? Good to see you, bro. Missed you, man. Hope you and the family is doing real well. One of the things that we're going to be doing, baby, is we're going to be playing a virtual Scrabble game. Right. So there's going to be this rematch taking place. Last week, I got my tail handed to me by one Dr. Rhonda Waller. She is a member of our MAPS community. She's in the singles community. And she handed my tail to me on a silver platter. Jeremiah, when I tell you, and here's what made it bad. So what made it bad was I was talking trash on the front end. Here's what you don't know. Rookies, listen to me carefully. Rookies, listen to me careful. I would consider myself a rookie in this regard. Don't walk into the room talking doo-doo to the GOAT. Right. And you don't even know, you've never played them. You get what I'm saying? You haven't even really heard that they really all of that. Maybe you think, maybe you've seen some things, but you don't know. Right. Oh my God, it was bad. It was a bad situation. So tonight she's going to give me the opportunity to redeem myself. What's up, Dominique? I hope you guys can join us, man. It really would be great to have you, Queen, the girls, join us. I know that we tried to do this
in a
A
brick and
real,
mortar
yeah, never got to do it.
realistic sense or physical sense, and we've not gotten to it. We've done a couple of maps meetups, but I want to get to the place where we're doing maps game nights regionally. That's a dream of mine, to be able to go around from city to city taking a game night, and it's something that maps sponsors, where we're bringing old school games and different things, people, music. I'd like to have a DJ in the building. Like, it's going to be a situation, right? And then obviously we'll broadcast live in the whole 9 yards. But for right now, we're going to do all of that virtually. So do me a huge favor, Cherie. I don't know if you have the opportunity to put that in the chat, the link
To register?
to register.
Okay.
Cherie is going to work it out and put it in the chat. But today I want to talk to you guys about 5 ways to stay social during this coronavirus quarantine.
Right. One thing I want to say as we're getting ready to get into this content, I know that for a lot of us, especially us more mature people, we've had our complaints.
What you talking about, us old people?
Mature people. We've had our complaints and our challenges with social media, with the use of electronics. And I want to challenge you in this time to look at the benefits of that. Because had those things not been put in place before this time, we truly would be isolated.
Yeah.
And so I know a lot of us, have had our challenges with being so inundated with social media, with our kids being so connected electronically. They can't, even us, we can't go anywhere without our phone connected to our hips. With our kids being on tablets, but this is the time to change your perspective and show and be appreciative for that. Because if those things were not in place, if we didn't have Facebook, if we didn't have these programs, applications like Zoom, if we didn't have our cell phones where we can FaceTime if you got an iPhone, or some other apps on Android phones that you can connect to people and actually do video chatting on your phone, if you don't even have to have a computer, we would truly be isolated in this time. And so I just want to, renounce any of my complaints that I've had.
You publicly saying you're sorry?
I'm publicly saying I'm sorry. Because I'm grateful for it now, because I'm able to see the true purpose for it.
Yeah, or
I do think that, in the past, it's been used out of balance. I'm not going to take that part away, but I think that now, if we use it the proper way, and we start to use it the proper way, even after this is over, maybe people will have a different appreciation for it and won't abuse it,
right,
and won't overuse it.
So
that's my PSA.
So that's her Saturday morning rant, and we're gonna go ahead and move on. Good morning, Angela. Good morning. Good morning. God bless you as well, sis. Listen, if you're new to this Breakfast with the Brooks forum that we do every single Saturday morning, let us slow down really quickly, introduce ourselves. My name's Glenn P. Brooks Jr. I'm an author, I'm a speaker, I'm a coach. Sitting here next to me is the lovely, light-skinned
Cherie Brooks Jr., author, speaker, relationship, and life balance coach.
And what we've done over the last 3 years is we created an online community, guys, called MAPS, Marriages and Parenting Successfully. And what we do in that community is we get the opportunity to literally help people grow their relationships with great intentionality. I know that a lot of times when we all get in relationships, there's this natural assumption that everything is just going to kind of work itself out. And even if it's not a natural assumption, intellectually, we understand that there's work to do, but oftentimes we don't know what work to do. And so the MAPS Relationship Academy teaches and trains people and gives people things to do, stuff to work on, tips, strategies, proven methods that we have used over the years. Obviously, we've written about them. We do, I speak all over the country. We do workshops and that sort of stuff, and we help people sort of grow in this area. So that's kind of who we are, what we do, why we do it, and who we do it for. But what I want to share with you guys is that you do have the opportunity, if you want, to come and be a part of that community. We want to invite you to go to thecrcoach.com, www.thecrcoach.com. Sign up for a free discovery session. And it'll be about a 15-minute call virtually in a Zoom room that we'll do. And we'll see if we're a fit. And if we're a fit, certainly would love to have you come and join and be a part of the community. As coaches, Cherie and I like to tell people all the time is that there's a difference between a coach and a counselor. Okay? A counselor is generally speaking, a therapist or a counselor is going to deal with your past. They're going to deal with trauma, and they're going to help you through hurts. things that have you stuck as a result of things that typically have happened in the past that you can't quite get past. Does that make sense? Coaches, generally speaking, help you after you've gotten past your past, if you will, or you're dealing with that in a very healthy way. A coach is going to help you to create a game plan based upon where you are right now to help you navigate and get to where you need to go. So if you think about it in a sports term, a coach is not going to teach you necessarily the game of baseball at a professional level. What they are going to teach you is how to win. Does that make sense? They probably will teach you fundamentals, but a lot of the things that you've learned over the years, you already know by the time you guys get connected. So as a result of that, what happens is that they're there to help make you great or greater. And that's one of the things that we do. And so we will quickly, in a heartbeat, I mean, Cherie has a degree in psychology, so we understand that component, certainly welcome our counselor and therapist friends and colleagues. We ourselves have gone through a ton of counseling and therapy over the years. It's part of the reason why I think that we're excited about what we get to do. But we will absolutely refer you to one, but we're not that. So if you join the MAPS Relationship Academy, know that it's our opportunity to coach you in a group coaching environment so that you can grow your relationships intentionally. Now that I've said all of that, let's talk a little bit about how are you navigating through this COVID situation. Do me a favor real quick. I want you to let us know, just drop one or two things that you're doing to stay connected or stay social during this, quote, social distancing. Now that's a term that we had never heard, really.
Right,
I don't think.
social distancing. No.
No one says that. No one talks about that.
Right.
But really what that means is
back up off me.
it's a physical distance, right? Look, I need my space. Anybody ever said I need my space? Look,
Back
3 feet. Give me.
I need my personal space.
I need my That's all social distance. Right,
space.
right. And so you get what I'm saying. So she be trying to crouch my personal space all the time, yo.
Right. We never really have been a society that has practiced that.
Right.
That's always been a challenge for those.
When people talk to you, they be like, yeah, what? You like, yo, bruh.
Right. We've always been a society that, I know for me personally, that's always been a challenge for me, is that people don't respect my personal space. That people will just walk up on you. People, they'll walk up, try to skirt between you instead of saying, excuse me, little things like that. But I think that this COVID has brought the attention to that.
Yeah.
The amount of the fact that we don't allow each other personal space. And so we've had to broaden that space because of this infectious disease that's going around, and it's causing people to have to isolate. But I think that even in that isolation, it doesn't mean you have to be alone.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to talk about today. How to stay social while, quote, social distancing. So I need y'all to do me a favor. I want y'all to engage us. This is not necessarily just a straight teachable moment from us to you.
Right.
We're all going to share in this. We're going to give you guys 5 things that you can do in order to stay social during this coronavirus quarantine, so that it can help you lean in. Because Cherie, I think that what people are going to find out is on the backside of this, they're going to find that their relationships either grew or they were destroyed.
Right.
One of the two.
Right, because this is going to be a test of your relationships. For those of you that are in the home with your loved ones, especially if you are quarantined, if you're not able to go out the house, you're having to stay and be in their presence 24/7.
Yep.
And, let's be honest, even when you get married, you're not with your spouse 24/7.
Yep.
Nobody lives like that.
Absolutely.
Very few people do that. I mean, even if you both are working from home, you have the ability to leave the house.
Yep.
And come and go. But
absolutely.
In these times, you don't
It's a little bit different, Jack.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different. So Nikkei says we have several groups of friends that we chat and have our DJ friends who spend for us most evenings so we can connect most evenings. We have played Scrabble games virtually. I love it. I love it, Nikkei. I love it. Deirdre says connecting with friends via group chats or direct text or social media, phone calls, Zoom. I love it.
And that's one thing I appreciate that Deirdre mentioned was phone calls.
Oh, yeah.
We've gotten so far away from
which brings us to number 1, by the way. By the way, number 1 is stay in contact.
Right.
That's number 1. Put that in the chat. Number 1, and Deirdre, you hit it. Stay in contact. Cherie, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right. So even if you have a friend that, you guys might not connect by FaceTime or by video, like my best friend in Maryland, we talk on the phone 1 to 2 times a week, every week. usually when I'm on my way to work in the morning. But we talk on the phone. We actually talk on the phone. We don't have to video chat. We don't FaceTime. We don't communicate always by social media. We actually talk. And so that's a way of staying connected. It's great if you can do the video chatting also because you get to see the person.
Yeah.
But, we've gotten so far away from just talking on the phone. I know this new generation,
They don't talk.
they don't talk.
No.
They text. That's all they do.
Right.
They don't.
Let's not rail on the new generation,
Right.
Sheree.
But I'm saying, but they are accustomed to communicating in other
there's no
means
question
other
about
than
it.
talking.
And let me say this, and the reason why I say that, guys, is because I want to be a proponent of communicating. Period. Let me say this so that we're real clear. Can I tell you that in the last 5 years, I have realized that the virtual world has gotten a bad rap because it's not something that's physical. And what I mean by that is that I do business virtually. I created an entire business model around the virtual space, something that I never really intended to do. I also believe that social media has become the gateway drug to real relationships. There are a ton of you guys who are on this call right now. Teresa just jumped on. Lady Bryant on Instagram.
Hey.
I would not know her personally if we never met first virtually.
Right. We met.
So I want us to understand that we're not discounting, discrediting, coming against. I really want to be a proponent of what does it look like to connect? What does it look like to actually have a relationship? What's going on, Rick? Great to see you. What's going on, Jalen? Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you, nephew. Good to see you. I hope you guys are doing real well. So again, I want to encourage you that number one is to stay in contact, whatever that looks like for you. My son is a huge FaceTimer. He will FaceTime me to have a physical conversation and not be on FaceTime. Check this. Listen. He will FaceTime me. Hey, Dad, what's up? What you got happening? I'm in the office. I'm putting together some stuff. What's going on with you? Now I'm just calling to check in. Now you gotta understand. You can't see his face. The phone might be looking up at the ceiling. The phone might be looking at the floor. The phone might be looking at some part of his room, wherever he is. And he's moving around in his room, doing what needs to be done. He's at the office. He's doing whatever. And I can't physically see him because he's not on the camera.
Right.
But here's the crazy thing. That's the way he communicates.
Right.
That's the way. And I actually look forward to it because now what it does is I used to get upset and say, well, man, if you're going to FaceTime me, let me at least see your face. I got to the place where I said, you know what, Glenn, listen, here's the beauty of FaceTiming. You can talk if you want to. And if you want to look at something, you can. And if you want to show them something, you can.
Right.
So it is literally, I was telling him about you setting up your office because you're going to be working from telecommuting and they're getting y'all set up, and how you've turned a corner of the bedroom into your office space to be able to do some things.
Right.
And I was able to, on FaceTime, get up and walk into the room, flip the camera, and show him.
Right.
And although he's in another state, he feels connected
right.
to his mommy Sheree and knows that, oh, okay, that's pretty dope. I see her setup. That's what's up. And then he gets right back off the camera.
Right.
Dre, you get what I'm saying? Then he goes right back to doing what he was doing.
Right.
But it gives you an opportunity to be able to do it. But the truth of the matter is that I need you guys to stay in contact. And I want y'all to hear this. Social distancing doesn't mean you should cut yourself off. Okay? So we're saying, although you're physically distancing yourself from other people, you are not physically cutting yourself off.
Right. And I think that that's the key thing in this time is that you have to stay connected, however that way of connection looks. Some people, it may be phone calls. Some people, it may be text. Some, it may be FaceTime or video chatting, whatever the medium is. But stay connected. Don't allow this isolation to cause you to distance yourself so far that you're by yourself. Yeah. And this is especially important for those of you who struggle with depression,
right?
Who
Absolutely.
may be starting to feel depressed. It may not have been a struggle before, but just hearing all of the news reports, and can be depressing.
Yep, no doubt.
So check on your friends. If you haven't heard from somebody in a minute, call them.
Call them.
Check on them. Make sure they're okay, because just because they may normally be a strong person, this is a lot. This is very heavy.
Hold your pen.
This is very heavy what's going on. And so stay connected just so that you can touch base with people. Make sure that everybody's okay.
Right. Speaking of staying in touch with people, our niece Jasmine just jumped in on IG. What's up,
Hey,
Jazz?
Jazz.
Good to see you, girl. She's saying, hey, auntie. Hey, aunt. It's good to see you, sweetie. Listen, stay in contact with each other. Number two, this is a big one. And we did this by accident last week. We didn't realize that we had backed our way into celebrating you online. But Cherie just had a birthday. In her having a birthday, we had this big throwback party, everything planned, playlists. We were all wearing gear. You got your stuff. I mean, you should go show them your thing. Cherie made all kind of ornaments and different things for the thing. And we were going to do this big party, right? Well, COVID-19 came through and had other plans.
Right.
And as a result, we had to cancel the party. Well, we decided to just impromptu get on a call last week and test out this theory about how would it look to play board games online in a virtual room.
Right.
And so we had about 10 people or so that got together in a Zoom room. Our girl Nikki DJ'd it. She killed it. And it turned out to actually be, and number two, we're saying celebrate milestones with a virtual hangout.
Yes.
That's one thing you can do to stay connected. And so you turned 55.
Yes.
Looking real good. I'm trying to tell you, 55 ain't never looked better. I love it. And we were able to actually celebrate your milestone. And there was somebody in the community that said, I feel like we just threw Cherie a party.
Right. And it made it, because I wasn't necessarily down about it, but, it was in the back of my mind, my party is supposed to be today. This was supposed to be this big thing. We've been planning this for months. And because of everything that's going on, we were able to cancel. I noticed that Rick had posted in the thing that, his flamingo queen gave him a beautiful virtual birthday party in Zoom through Facebook Live and Zoom with all his loved ones. So she was able to bring everybody together virtually to celebrate his birthday as well, his birthday as well. And so I think that doing things like that, even though you can't physically be there for each other,
and we understand that.
There are people that are looking at doing virtual weddings, that are looking at doing virtual celebrations. Do it. Don't let everything stop.
Right.
Just think of creative ways and things that you can still do to still bring people in. It don't have to be nothing major. It can be just, hey, let's just get together. If you normally do a Sunday dinner together with your family, do it virtually. Yep. You cook in your house, they cook in their house. Y'all come together on Zoom or whatever.
That's a good idea.
And y'all share dinner together.
We're gonna do that this Sunday. Sunday dinner.
Break bread together with your family.
We're gonna do that. That's a great idea. We're gonna do that this weekend. How many of y'all down for Sunday dinner virtual? In other words, you cook your Sunday dinner. We'll all come up with a time where we're going to eat dinner. And then maybe we either jump into a Zoom room or you jump on FaceTime or you figure it out. If you're willing to do that with your family, put me in the chat. Put me in the chat. Mm-hmm. Because I think that that's just a great idea. Again, we're talking about the 5 ways to stay social during this coronavirus quarantine shutdown. Number one, we said stay in contact. Social distancing does not mean you should cut yourself off. Matter of fact, we probably should start calling it physical distancing. Because social distancing even implies that we don't even want to be connected socially. And I don't think that's true. Right. Number two, we said celebrate milestones with a virtual hangout like we did for your birthday, even though that was sort of impromptu. Right. But it was super exciting. And number three is something that we're going to do formally tonight is actually host a virtual game night. Now, one of the things that we want to do, and we put a link in the chat, is that tonight at 6 p.m., for those of you guys, Dre, and maybe those of you guys who are not in our MAPS Relationship Academy, Angie Smith, any of you guys, I'm looking at Jasmine, Jaden. I'm thinking about people, Sidna, people who are not as a part of MAPS in terms of our Relationship Academy, and you come in there and meet with us weekly on face-to-face. We want to encourage you guys to click that link. It is free. It won't cost you a red cent to be able to come in and be a part of the game. Now, I would love to see you and Karen, Dre. That would be super dope. And then that way you guys come in, we get a chance to see y'all are playing whatever your favorite game is. I don't care if it's Uno, right? I don't care if it's Phase 10, right? Where are my spades players at? I want you to grab your favorite game.
You and yours.
Get with you and yours.
And then just
jump into the Zoom room with us and ours.
And we'll be able to see you.
And we'll be able to see you. Y'all can play drink, eat, be merry, whatever you're doing in your back. Like, we want to see activity. The goal is to sit around and hang out and be a part of it. Y'all don't want, look. We don't want that smoke. We don't, YB said y'all don't want that with that spades game. See, you see the trash, the trash talking will be welcomed. I just want to let you know. Look, real quick story.
Oh gosh.
I haven't played spades formally in almost 20 years.
Yeah.
We've been married 21.
Yes, probably been 20.
Right about 20 years. Why? Because the last time I sat down to a game, it was Dre. You may remember this. I don't know if you and Karen were actually there, but we were over at that dag on Joy Richmond at the time. It was Joy Freeman. I'm sorry, Joy Freeman's. I'm thinking about Pat Richmond. Joy Freeman's house in Surrey Square, right off Pennsylvania Avenue. All my DMV people, y'all know what I'm talking about. Suitland there, y'all know what I'm talking about. Listen, we sitting at the table. Cherie and I are partners, and I can play the game. I'm good. I'm decent, right? But I'm not a pro, nor am I a person that plays this like I'm getting paid to do such. This joker is on the other side, Pat Richmond. I'm calling her out. If you see Pat, tell her I said so, and she'll let
she's delivered now.
Anybody who knows Pat Richmond knows that she is probably one of the worst trash talkers on the planet. And here was the problem. I'm gonna say it now. I was really, really, really insecure back then. And I was really, really immature. So when you couple insecurity with immaturity, and then you are losing, ooh, that's not a good recipe. Mm-mm. That's a recipe for getting your feelings hurt. That's a recipe for being able to take things real personal. And so what it was a recipe for me to retaliate. Because now I wanted to punch my sister in her mouth. And I know that comes out wrong on so many levels. I know it. It was bad. I was seething. Now this is a church event. This is all people. I think we were all small when we had just started cell groups, maybe, in small groups. So we were fellowshipping around some friends and Jesus and stuff. Y'all, your man was about to really, really cut up, and I felt it all the way down here. I mean, look, y'all. I said to myself, I had the thought: if she say one more word, I'm punching her dead in her mouth. That was a thought in my mind. It was terrible. So what I did was I said, you know what? We're done. I quit. It's over. We're good. And she was like, you quit? I was like, I can't do it no more. And I promise you, YB, I had a traumatic event, YB. I don't think I may have played spades less than a handful of times since then. It was terrible. It was terrible. So I want you, right. Spade spells fight. Right. Sheila, come on. Listen, I understand. But listen, I've been delivered.
You don't play spades anymore.
I don't play spades anymore. Now, I'm more, that makes me more mature, right? And that makes me a little bit more secure because I know that about me now. Right. Does that make sense? So what I don't do is I don't put myself in a position where I'm going to cut up. Now, I will play you in some Uno, some Phase 10. I will play some Scrabble with you, but I promise you, you're not going to get your boy at the spades game because that brings out a person in me that y'all do not want to see, nor do I. So I just want to let you know. Sheila says, I know Pat. Look, Sheila, do me a favor. Call her up. Let her know. Matter of fact, tag her. Get her in on this call, and she will be, listen, every time we see each other, we crack up about that. I said, Pat, this was terrible. I apologize. 20 years later, I'm still apologizing. It's terrible. He don't play spades no more. No, that's it. So tonight, guys, we want to invite you guys to come be a part of our virtual game night. And that's, again, we're talking about 5 ways to stay social during this quarantine. One of those ways is to create a virtual game night where you can do that and be able to hang out. Somebody was doing karaoke last night.
Yeah, somebody was doing karaoke last night. And just to recap, we said number 1 was to stay in contact. Make sure that you stay in contact with people, whether it's by phone or whatever. Check up on your friends. Check up on your family. Second is to celebrate milestones, whether you do virtual birthday parties, virtual celebrations. We encourage you guys to do a virtual Sunday dinner this Sunday night. So get your family together. Y'all do it by FaceTime, whatever. You cook dinner at your home. They cook dinner at their home, you guys sync up what time y'all gonna have dinner, and then put up a video, and you guys
Yep.
are able to
And
communicate,
just interact with each other.
with each other. And number three, as Glenn just went over, was host a virtual game night.
So number four.
Number four is engage your kids. Now this goes back to what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about how we have often complained about how tied to social devices our kids is. During this time, your children are not in school, so they don't get to see their friends. They don't get to have that fellowship with their friends. So encourage them to FaceTime their friends during this time. Have them reconnect with their friends. They need interaction with their friends just like you do with them.
Mm-hmm.
So don't, think that just, they in the house with you and they good. No. Their lives have been turned upside down.
Yeah.
Their normal is gone.
Yeah.
They're used to going to school and being out of the house 8 hours a day around their peers.
Yeah.
Now they sitting there looking at you all day.
Right. Nah,
they
not
not
my
happy.
house. They wouldn't be.
They're not happy. Believe me.
They are not happy.
They are not happy right now. And so, there's gonna be frustration. There's gonna be a whole bunch of
He's touching me, Mom.
Right, all that going because they're out of their norm. So encourage them to FaceTime their friends. Encourage them to connect with their friends. For them those that are gamers, let them play games with their friends.
Yep, you create a schedule.
Right. You still keep, certain monitors in place, make sure that they're being safe. But encourage that because they need that right now.
Absolutely.
They need to connect to their peers during this time. They can't go outside and play with their friends.
Not that they do that much anyway these days, but
but they can't.
I'm just saying.
Right. And so encourage them to be able to still connect with their friends during this time as well, so that they can keep that connection because they're missing something too, and that's something that's key. I think a lot of parents, we're frustrated. The kids are home from school. I got to learn how to homeschool, but put yourself in their shoes for a minute. Their norm is gone.
Mm.
What they know as a normal routine is completely
I never
gone.
thought of it that way, babe.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's essential that, number one, that you maintain some type of schedule, some type of routine. Don't just be willy-nilly now. This ain't summer vacation.
No willy-nillies.
And the reason I say that is because children need structure.
Right.
And so keep some form of a structure. You ain't got to teach them 8 hours a day. I'm not saying that because, number one, most of you guys are not teachers. And so, you've been put in this position, but don't stress yourself out and don't stress your kids out either. If they read a book a day, they good.
They real good.
Right. But, remember, their world has been turned completely upside down. So they need to be able to somehow still connect with their peers.
Yeah, absolutely.
They need that because that's a big part of their lives during this age.
We took our grandkids to the bookstore the other day, and one of the things that we recognized was that they had not really got introduced to any real old school games and things like that. And one of the things
a while ago, you said that
a while ago. So we started talking about this idea. Had they ever heard of jacks, or when's the last time they played jacks? Let me ask you a question. When's the last time you played jacks? And so here's a way for you to, and although it's tough to maybe play this game virtually, right? The truth of the matter is, right. The metal ones, right? At this particular point, what would it look like for you to be able to introduce your kids to something which takes us to number 5, and that is create family time.
Yes.
Create family time where you do arts and crafts and you play games together. You actually sit down and you watch a movie together. You actually sit down and maybe you teach them a skill or a game that you used to play when you were a kid together. Jacks will do that. You get what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now, a virtual juice and paint, sip and paint, whatever you want to call it.
Wow.
I love it.
Kids, yes,
I think that would be super dope for the kids. The juice and paint would be super dope. Where they're painting, they're showing what they're doing. Their friends are showing what they're doing. They got their little tea, their little juice, their little whatever they got happening. That would be super amazing.
And be creative. It ain't got to be paint. You ain't got paint at home. You don't have supplies. You got coloring books.
Come on now.
Coloring juice.
Pull out
a coloring book. Tell their friends get a coloring book. Let them sit and do that, and that's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Have them draw something. I mean, don't be confined by what you have at home.
Make it up as you go.
Don't be like, well, we don't have no.
We
paint.
ain't got
we
that.
Got no canvas. We can't do that. You got some paper and some crayons or some colored pencils.
Absolutely.
That's all you need.
Absolutely. So guys, listen. And yeah, somebody said with the adult doing the video recording, because you got to tell the story. You got to tell the story. No, I love it. So guys, that's all we really had. We wanted to chime in and just check in with you guys. I want to know, what are you guys doing? Right. What are some things that you already are doing in order to be able to stay connected? I think that sometimes, at least in the beginning, we were going over to your parents every now and then just to check on them. And now they gotten so hip to the social that they said, wait a minute, you can drop the food off in the front, and we'll FaceTime.
Right.
They in their 80s.
Right. So like yesterday, I went by. I had to run out, and so I called them. I was like, hey, do you guys need anything? You want me to bring y'all lunch by the house? And so up until yesterday, if we went by, they'd be like, come on in, come have a seat. We'd sit on the couch on the other side of the room or whatever. But my mom hadn't been feeling good. And so she had called her doctor, and her doctor basically told her, don't let nobody in the house. So I picked them up food, and I came in the house. I have a key. I come in the house. She's standing in the back in the corner. She was like, okay, just put it on the table. All right, see you later.
Right.
I'm like, well, she was like, no, we'll talk to you later.
Right.
All right, call me when you get home.
See ya.
And but I'm gonna still go by to go check on
Absolutely.
them. I mean, it's not to the point that I have to be outside, and looking through the window. Thank God they're not there. But you got to keep your distance. But that doesn't mean you can't still check on people.
No,
that doesn't
absolutely.
mean you can't still be able to connect with people. And so how are you guys being creative and connecting with your family, your loved ones, your friends during this time?
Put it in the chat.
Let
we'll
us know
engage
what you guys doing, or are you struggling with that?
Yep. Somebody said Lego time. I love it. Legos.
Oh,
Remember the new TV show, the Lego competition?
Lego Wars.
Cherie, look, when she saw that, we was flipping through the TV the other day.
Don't be telling them I'm a nerd like that.
No, listen, I got to put you out there now. Now you done did it now. Look. Cherie was like, no, go back to that. I was like, huh? No, go back to that. I was just flipping through. No, go. I said, what?
I'm creative.
The Lego
that's
game.
Creative.
And then Cherie was like, no, that's my.
I'm an arts and crafts.
And then she looked at me, y'all, with disdain in her eyes. You've never played Legos? I was like, not really, not like that. She was like, oh my gosh, y'all see that face? y'all see that face? It's like, what planet did you grow up on? Everybody did that. So I'm telling you right now, everybody have their own different things. I want to know what yours are.
Cindy said she's doing texts and phone calls. Great.
I know that's right. Look. Dre said he needs to knock the dust off for the Just Dance video game.
Bring it out.
Let me say this, Dre. Listen, I get it. Y'all, sometimes she and I will just dance. We'll get up and we'll just cut up and she'll sit
on a dance party.
Right. You want to dance with me? Absolutely, I want to dance. You know what I mean? So what we're saying is be creative. Don't limit yourself. We've given you 5 ways to stay social during this coronavirus quarantine. We want you guys to come up with your ways. Do me a favor, even after this is over, if you can, drop it in the chat. We certainly want you to join us tonight at 6 p.m. At 6 p.m., guys. Please join us tonight for a virtual game night. You do have to register to be a part of that. I know Cherie has dropped it in the comments
I'll drop it
several times because the space is limited. So it's free. It's not going to cost you a dime. But I want you guys to jump in the room because of the limited space that we have. And we certainly want to we probably will jump on about 15 minutes early just to get things worked out and make sure that technically we're all good to go. So if you want to come on during that time, but at 6 p.m. tonight, we're just going to hang out for a couple of hours and see what happens. There will be a rematch between myself and one Dr. Rhonda Waller. Y'all tag her and let her know I got to see her. You understand what I'm saying? I got to see her. So at that particular point, listen, I got to have the opportunity to avenge myself. It was bad.
But you got to moderate the game night.
I'm going to moderate the game night, but I'm going to be playing some Scrabble. And here's what I will be doing before then. I will be studying.
Oh, gosh.
What are 2 or 3?
No, you don't study.
I have to study.
No, you don't study.
She's a professor.
No, but okay, but...
She has 14 degrees.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Her vocabulary for 2 and 3 letter words are at next level. It's not fair. I have to study.
You don't need to study.
I need to bone up. Listen, I'm not coming to this game. Listen, bring my butt pads. I ain't messing with you, Teresa. Dre said he's setting his alarm. I got you. Chris Chris says I was partying with Michelle. Hey, look, I was in that same party. DJ Nice had it on another level, Chris.
Club quarantine.
Oh my gosh, that thing. I'm telling you, listen, I couldn't turn. Listen, it's 12 o'clock and I'm like, bro, I'm too old for this. They're gonna have to put me out the club.
But you was partying with your pajamas on.
I was partying. Listen, guys, whatever it takes, we just want y'all to connect socially. We're going to get out of here for today. We tried to keep it a little bit light today. I want to know, how are you making out? Do me a huge favor. Click the link. Make sure you guys not subscribe, but join the virtual game room tonight. It doesn't cost you 1 red cent,
but you do need to
pre-register because once the room is shut down and closed, it'll be closed, and that's where we are. Yes, call Pat. Sheila, look, Sheila, I think I messed around and tagged her on Facebook somewhere, but let her know. And I also, if you follow me on Facebook, I just was on Facebook. I'm gonna post that link there. That way y'all can share it out real easy.
See why
on my Facebook
Rick
people.
talking junk, talking about Team Childs is 1-0.
Look, y'all hear the trash talking stuff?
Calling them out.
Him and his wife came from behind and they beat the Mitchells from North Carolina, and he called them out. The gauntlet has been thrown down. Challenge. Listen, y'all, I love you guys. Y'all be good. At the end of the day, here's what I know to be true. We all need some help. Y'all be good. We'll talk soon.
Y'all be safe.
See you tonight, 6 p.m. Register now or sign up now. It don't cost you nothing. We'll talk to you tonight.
Bye, guys.